Enter the Zato 1 Arena. Zato versus Eno. Get ready. Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock. Turn up the heat.
He apparently got ganked by his parents.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
There's a thing Eno can do where she does note from full screen and then punishes Drunkard when the Drunkard is used to try and reflect notes. If he doesn't know how to do that, then this is going to be pretty rough for him. In this game, and in most other games that have guard cancel defensive mechanics, there are kind of like timings that people are like... Timings where people like to do them. Like, in this game it's dead angle. In Soku it's border escape. And I think he is among a big group of people that are like very, very consistent in the location that they use them. And there's no easy fix for this. Already ran out of ways to rearrange Zato into funny words. We're getting close, so I think we're gonna have to go on a new journey. It is one of those things where you have to like think about fixing it actively, and not a lot of people do that. Think about when they're using DA. Any sort of defensive, like defensive reversal option. Because so, like, here's the thing. There's a few different categories of people. One of them is like, they tend to use their defensive mechanics in situations where they're like, oh shit, I fucked up. And this is people, in this game, it represents itself in the way of like, if you know they wanted to do something but it didn't work out that way, they'll like burst right away. And that kind of burst pattern is really easy to take advantage of. Or you'll have people who, upon the first 2 hits of failing to defend against a mix-up properly, they'll always burst, or like always do dead angle or whatever, or blitz at this like specific point after a certain number of blocks or hits, that kind of thing. This is also very easy to take advantage of. The problem is two-sided. One is that the action of doing that in itself is predictable, and secondly, it's that people who are not used to punishing that feed into that habit even more. Like they're the opponents that this person is playing, or like any person is playing. It's like if I keep doing these things that always work at this level, then I don't have any reason not to do it, or change what I'm doing. If your homie never baits DP, you're not used to opponents who do not bait the DP. So your DP just has infinite value. Like, it applies to a lot of things. You can say it for your offensive options too. Like, sometimes you'll have people who just always go for one thing, or always go for a set pattern of things. Usually it's the latter more so than the former. It's like, they'll have mix-ups, but they'll do their mix-ups in a set way, always. And that's like almost just as bad as only doing one thing and not having actual mix-ups. It's like this person always goes from overhead to lows. Or like this person always does like 2P run up throw. after a certain pattern. Oh, shit. I need to actually do something about the re-hovers right now. Wow, what a 5p. So, not ideal. I learned Exert Zato watching all your YouTube videos and archives. Thank you. I've seen people say this a few times now, and I'm convinced, even more so than before, that there truly is no modern Zato footage out there. That people are resorting to have to watch my gameplay. That doesn't combo properly. He's also got to find a way to not get bursted there. And basically right now this set's bursting only on 5H during the Ino BMB. And there is a way for Ino to bait that while not dropping the combo entirely, I think, but the combo becomes either a lot worse or the combo does actually drop, and I'm just not aware. I'm pretty sure that combo is not doable if you try and also bait first. That drunkard looks really good, but I don't think it's all that useful, to be honest. Name another Zato that performs at events, yeah. There's like, I saw Mad Hatter at Frosty's. I saw there was Marlon, obviously. He was there, but not he was not present as a Zato. There is Scope Dog in Europe, but I don't know if he goes to majors. And I also don't know if he is active right now. Super? Yeah. Mad Hatter is good. He is up and coming. He is, I think, putting in the hours. First, yeah. You're the only one I've seen do well at competitions, online or otherwise. I saw Scout last month. Yeah, I do see him every now and then. I just don't know like how frequently he's actually playing. Yeah, I'm just gonna mash. I can't let this pass anymore. I've been autopiloting too far, too long. Next time I block, I'm mashing. Yeah, I'm mashing. That was technically a mash. Getting good at fighting game is hard, getting good at Zato is harder, yeah. Okay, I'm mashing. I am mashing, there we go. You know, it's better mix than 5D. We can do better. and 5D as a mix. For as funky as a character as he is, the fundamentals he requires is staggering. He's he's like a... He's not that far off from a Shoto, to be honest. It's just like the mechanics of applying Shoto concepts is a little unorthodox. I guess you also have to take away the fact that you have a puppet that you're controlling in neutral, but like for the most part, Nobiru, Anti-Air, Drill, Hadokens, I guess. Like, you really do have to think about the game in a fundamental way, yeah. The character cannot really cheat in neutral. I think Zato is the most fun I've had playing a character. I mean, same. I also enjoy my time playing the character, which is why I have not switched off so far. Oh. The move, like the one move that kind of distinguishes this version of Zato from all the other ones, is actually Moguru, the one that makes Eddie go underground. And he doesn't have that in Plus R. I wonder if he did, I wonder if I would play him more in that game. In Reload, he instead has the Dolphin attack that's an overhead. And yeah, like, that makes him a better character. Probably by a lot. But he doesn't have, like, he doesn't have the neutral that having that moves gives him in this game. And plus our ADP is involved. Yeah, it is, but like not to the degree of Moguru in this game. Like, unless I'm missing something, because you're not the first one who's told me that when I have spoken about this. Unless there's some like insane invul there that I'm not aware of, which I really don't think there is. I know there is a little bit, but not nearly as much as in this game. I think it's pretty incomparable, the two games. Although, like, having that invul on that move is pretty insane, I gotta say. Like, release P invul in this game would be pretty nice. After I hit light green, the plateau hurts. I think, yeah, that's like around the range where people kind of stop improving as quickly. Like light green, yellow. I get stunned here, which is why I'll, yeah, do that one. Usually the intermediate player problem, and the reason why they're plateauing, has to do with like trying to always make your things work 100% of the time. And so this is applicable for any game, but the concept is when you're an intermediate player, you are very averse to things that are not always safe. And by safe, I mean things that are guaranteed to work. And things that are guaranteed to work could be like doing a move like far drill at a range where far drill will just barely work. And that, like, is very, very unlikely for the opponent to ever directly punish you with. Because far drill max range, like, who's really going to be able to punish you from that range, right? And the difficulty is that it's not wrong. It's not 100% of a wrong decision to do this. It's just that when you're playing fighting games, at some point, you have to start making decisions. You have to start making decisions that could potentially open yourself up to some things. Because otherwise, if you're only doing things that always work, and the game is rewarding you for only doing those things, then either your character is unbelievably overpowered and has like 10-0 matchups, or the game is just bad. And that is probably not the case in this game for either of those scenarios. And so there's something you're missing there, where like your opponent is not taking advantage of the thing you are doing, or like you are just kind of not aware of things that your opponent can do. But at some point you'll realize, yeah, there are some things that I do need to actually just kind of be brave and accept the fact that this will sometimes get me killed, and do it. Like that JD just now, that's pretty risky. If my opponent decides not to just like do dive or do some move that does get beat by it, I can get counter in the air and probably knock down since it's Ino. But like I have enough data on my end that makes me think I'm either not going to get punished, or like it's going to give me enough of a reward that it outweighs the potential downside of it. That yeah, it's like not safe, but sure, I'll go for it. Juicebox put it best, and the way he put it was, when you are doing things that are always safe, and you rely on your opponent to make mistakes and only win off those mistakes, that is not high-level play. And high-level play is when you are assuming that your opponent is competent, and using that fact that your opponent is competent to your advantage. And in order to do so, you have to start doing things that could potentially be punishable. And this is like the most important part, I think, of trying to cross that plateau that you mentioned of like yellow, like greenish. Not to say that the colors are that meaningful in this game. They really aren't. But like just on average, they do represent skill to some very loose degree. And I'm just using those as a reference right now. doesn't die here. I can do one hit of OTG, and that might be worth it maybe, but it does not kill. Data collection is hard. I think I have someone downloaded, so then I proceed to eat shit and die. I used to do something where I would look at replays of a really good player, and I would look at exactly the number of times they would go for a certain option. And so, for example, I would load up a replay of Hakan playing at Mikado. I would record the number of games they play, and then also record the number of, like, say for example, wake up DPs that this person does. And by doing so, now you have data on, and this is data in like a bit of a different way than what you're seeing right now, and what I was seeing before, but as a result, you would have information on like how frequently, how likely this person is to use a certain option in a certain scenario. And I'm not saying you should do this, but you could apply that to your own games and look at how frequently you choose to do certain things, and decide for yourself whether that frequency of choosing certain options is really what you want to do or not. Like, say for it's not gonna kill. Say for example, you're playing like DPs are a really easy example, but like if you're playing Soul, it'll be DP. If you're playing Zato, it could be like how often do you decide to reflect a note in the matchup from full screen. And what you can do with that is, you could just look at that data in isolation, or you could compare it to some other Zato player, like some other whatever character you're playing, and compare that information. And if that player that you're looking at has a different number than yourself, then maybe like it's in your best interest to change the frequency of which you'll decide to go for a certain option, right? Is that corner setup just dash up FD? Corner setup just dash up FD. Regular jump FD? I'm not actually sure which one specifically you mean. Dash regular jump FD. After Saw OK in the corner, to time stand K for high low. Oh, do you mean the unblockable where I do the big drill, do backdash, run, jump? Yeah, for the unblockable. Oh, empty jump low, okay. For that one you can do, so sometimes you'll see me do JH on the way up, and it whiffs and it doesn't hit anything. When I do that, it's to guarantee a minimum height on my mix-up start. But sometimes, or other times, you'll see me just do FD in the air, and that's to mostly be safe against DPs and wake-up supers. If you decide to do that, in order to be safe from DPs and supers, you will have to manually time your mix start, which can be inconsistent. Like it's not easy to always get it at the minimum heights, and so I kind of use both. If it's like a Soul or a Kai or, you know, like Leo, I'll basically 100% of the time just go for FD. But if it's Eno, like, there's only Makeup Super, no DPs. I'll kind of do both. I was undecided what I would do. I was thinking maybe out Unblockable or maybe out OTG, and then I was too late to unsummon by then. Empty Low can be thrown? Yeah, it can be. It can be unless you are very late with the boss cell, which you can do, but it's like pretty not easy to set up, especially if they're especially if they're IVing. Like that just now, that 5k can be thrown. Gapless if you get the 4th power here in the corner. Yeah, that's also possible. Gonna get stunned soon. Oh, he's gonna die before getting stuns. Fair note, if you're playing versus Eno, you should not be blocking as much as I am right now. Yeah, opponents, you can also do that for offense too. So you can look at your own choice of Oki, and like how frequently you choose to do certain things. Like how frequently are you choosing to do your overheads, your lows, your throws. And oftentimes you'll find that to be really useful too for a character like Zato, where your offense is so important to have locked down. And so it's number one, the number of times you choose each one, and number two, it's like which ones you do in which order also. Because if you have like a set order that you do those things in, always, then that's also not great, right? Like when you start the set, see which one you do first, which one you do second, and so on. And if you find a pattern there, then there should not be a pattern, ideally. There are some variables there. So one variable could be like different mix options give you different damage, right? Like a 2D starter is going to give you way more damage than anything else. And so you could decide, well, like I'm going to do this a little bit more than the other ones because the reward is better. And that's reasonable. But what I mean is, like, if there's an overwhelmingly large proportion of one mix over the other, then that should probably be fixed, right? That is still active. Yeah, risk reward and what character player you're playing. Hitting one more hit on the ground would have worked there too.
Duel 2. All or nothing.
Maybe he'll super. No. I think he got crossed up. He wanted to do dive, but got a VCL instead. I want to improve at fighting games, but it's hard to identify what I'm doing wrong or what practice will be most beneficial.
Let's rock.
I think it's important to know that no matter what it ends up being, the people who are at like the very top of the game are not superhuman. Like, they don't have extra physical capabilities or anything like that for the most part. And so they must be doing something that you are also capable of doing. And it's just up to you to find out how to do so. It's not like a... like, it's not unachievable by you or anyone. Unless, like, you literally have... like, you literally have a learning deficiency, or, like, you're missing, I don't know, like, an entire arm, right? And even then, there are some workarounds, as people have worked out in the past. And so, again, it's just up to you to find out how to do so. That's a cool Shadow Gallery route. There are some more cooler routes out there too. I'll try to get one of them. Oh damn, I could have got it there. I wonder what that was. Yeah, that's not safe. Medium confirmed human. Wish I had like a few extra fingers, that'd be nice. We're like 10 years off from having bionic arms and shit. Wouldn't it be nice if 2H worked on ACL? It's nice to hear from a good player. Tease to top level players talking smack. I don't know if people like talk that much smack in the FGC. I think like maybe Smash players do. But I mean, like my overall goal is number one to hopefully get more people playing the game, and number two, get people who are playing the game to be better players. That would be very cool. That's not real. I don't know what that was. I could have done the thing you showed me, which was 5D into nothing. Alright, I got him, I think. Thanks, Minu, I appreciate you. Listen, I think, based on the way fighting games are going now, for as long as this game doesn't have like a end of service somehow for an offline game, I'll probably be still playing this game for years on end, probably. No burst. What was that? That was like a ST air normal. I guess the more topical version would be a Grand Blue air normal. Oh, you did not kill that puddle. Zote, hello Azo. When you win Evo with the do nothing 5D bait, I want to cut. You'll have the 3% ownership, the stakehold. I don't think I have seen a meaty 6k. It's one of those things where you kind of throw out there every once, like every X games. Not because it's like a very good option, but because it just adds to the things that will overwhelm your opponents. Things to think about. It's one of those. Yeah, there we go. And I can't punish. I do think the biggest stage for this game right now is Frosty's, just worldwide. If you're talking about Exord anywhere in the world right now, it's probably Frosty's. That it is like the place to be, and where it has the most attention for the game. And so if I win Frosty's, yeah, you'll have your your cut. I thought at first he was baiting burst using that, like he was doing a neutral jump after 5H. Maybe he's just getting a misinput. That note is too high up. Good evening to the Zote. Hello, Jamie Jim. Would you participate in Evo with Zato? If I'm at any event, like any big Exord event, I'm playing Zato. Now, if I run into a Baiken or a Jacko, I may have a change of mind, but for any other character that I face, I think I would solidly stay on Zato. Like, you gotta keep in mind, the Zato scarcity works both ways. Where you can't find footage of a character, and that sucks for learning it. Your opponent also has the same issue, in theory. Unless your opponent is Marlon Pai, and you are a former Zato player that is now playing its counterpick. In which case, you kinda just get fucked, because, yeah, that's how it is. I think I was trying to do cross-up VCL. What was the trumpet song in the background? I think I've heard it. So these are all Toho, but I don't know which one specifically, so I'll go back to the VOD later and try and find it for you. Oh, you gotta mash. Oh, well. I tried to wire Z and then I couldn't. Having an Eno do HCL, wire C, air dash. All you do just do 6-2. Yeah, it's a little difficult, but I do need to actually practice it more because it is pretty useful. Your 6 input and your P input have to be on the same frame, which, being on a cheat box, it is a benefit I should exploit more. No bursts. There we go. What character would you personally take for the Baiken matchup? Potemkin or Mei, I think, will be the two. Probably in that order. Potemkin over Mei. Now I know there are apparently better matchups for Baiken, or that are better into Baiken. But of the characters I play, I think those would be the picks. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This is cool. I think it has risks, so yeah, it should. It's interesting. I've learned a good deal with Zato with you, whatever dude in Ogala. Yeah, whatever dude posts like like kind of useful tech. It's a lot of what he posts is, yeah, in theory you can do this if you get this specific thing to get going. And yeah, it is legitimately, it has its use. No bursts. Wow, she can do dive and then land, and then punish after. Continue the combo after that. Inu tights, whatever dude, old Ogala footage, yeah. Old Ogala footage of like, sign Rev 1, and then you can also go back to like, reload Eddie. You'll also find some longer sets on YouTube of Top Buren that if you haven't seen yet, I would recommend you see. If you don't know, he is an Evo top 8 finalist with Zato. I think it was Rev 1 Zato. You can input the 6P during YRC freeze. Yeah, you can. So if you know does HCL YRC air dash, you can 6P while the HCL is still active on you by doing 6 and P at the same time. And so that gives you enough invul to be under HCL hitbox. This is going to be marginally more difficult if you're on a lever compared to a hitbox. But it shouldn't be too bad either way if you just put the practice in. Whatever your dad is the most vanilla Zato. I haven't seen him play, so I can't really tell. I can't really say. In the same way that I haven't seen Scope Dog play. It's fine. I haven't heard of that player. He's a Korean dude that mainly streams World of Warcraft. And he still plays Xrd every now and then. But he does not play Zato anymore. At all, I think. He switched to Soul and Johnny. More Johnny than Soul. I'm not getting the right inputs. I think if you type Yugyung-woo into Google, you'll see a streaming site called Chijijik, which is CHZZK. It's a Korean streaming platform. You'll see VODs of him, and you'll see like the very occasional Xrd thumbnails on his VODs. And if you look for those, you'll probably only see Johnny and Soul, but who knows? Look at that range. Damn. Your burst baits are insane every single time. The sad thing is, I can't really get a good punish on it because I can either block and do like a 5-piece starter air combo, or I can do an air throw. An air throw is not ideal on this character. I wish I had a little bit more off of like that kind of situation. You know, Johnny, when Johnny gets an air throw, the game just gives him extra frames to work with. That'd be pretty nice on this character.
Duel 2. All or nothing.
You can get a range in time, you can do a drunkard for knockdown. Yeah, you can. And then it's like 20 damage for knockdown. At that point, I almost feel like it might be better to just do a like a 5p equal slash air combo, maybe. You're getting like 100 and I don't know, like 20 damage more. Like it's literally 0 damage and knockdown compared to an air combo. Even for Zato, I think at that point maybe you offer the damage. This combo is purely for stun only, for stun purposes. I always thought about RC, Eddy Summon routes.
Duel 3. Turn up the heat.
The fundamental problem is you want to be using your attention to get into position with Zato. And with that, it's like getting your opponent in the corner. If you're ever spending meter for a different purpose, that has to be, there has to be a lot of consideration behind it before you can reasonably do that. Oh, that's not what I want. which is also why, by the way, using Great Whites does not guarantee you your position in the corner. So it's also one of the reasons why you probably shouldn't use it. Although it has the caveat of like, only being used at 1 HP situations. That is the one spot where you cannot burst. 2H, 6H, BTL. Imagine a world where they use for Great White other than random shit go. I think it's worse than random shit go. If they were truly like unpredictable in terms of what it does, like Faust item super, maybe it'd be better. But it's like Great White, you know exactly what's coming and at what range, what timing. Always happens 3 times. It's just like the problem with it is, or like the benefit for Zato is that people just don't know it. Oh nice, yeah, there's a there is Zato. There is your Zato. This combo too, the one where you start with 2D, is it is my highest damage starter off of that mix, but I don't get a knockdown without meter. So if you see me do that, I've either decided that the damage that it does is enough that it's worth it, like it puts them at a low enough HP, or just kills. It's one of the two. Or I have enough tension to just knock down again. It'd be nice if I could do that and also knock down, but just it's not real. Not possible. Yeah, the good drills. Pretty close to stun. I'm just going in. Please get stunned. Oh, okay, it's fine too. That doesn't hit her. Can you knock down from the 2D starter with Blitz? You can, but I think there's still a big difference between 0 and 25. Like, yeah, I can do it. But the main problem is that if I do that as like a high damage option, like I'm trying to maximize my damage, I have to do it immediately off of 2D. And that is not possible to hit confirm, I don't believe. And so you're either guessing, which you probably shouldn't with 25 in this game, with the zato. You're either guessing, or you have to spend like another P release cycle, like 2k P to confirm it. And if you do that, your damage kind of goes down. And so like it still gives you a boost in damage, but was it really worth it for 25? It is a cool combo. I'll try to see if I can get it here. Although I think he's gonna die before it. Okay, well, I think he said last one. Let me check. No, he's fine. Alright. Okay. Next one stuns. The damage is really high, but yeah, then off he's not that feasible in a real match, yeah. Is he stunned? No, need one more. There we go. I'll get at one of these games since we have a couple more games, I think. Oh, nice. Surely he wasn't doing that as a counter to me doing J9, JK. Come on now. So, I think today he will do jump forward and press a button, and therefore my VCL will beat it. Yeah, sounds reasonable, game. There we go. Like there, I have to guess. I can't Can't confirm that 2D. I don't think any living human being can confirm that. The other issue being, like you saw the combo drop there, it's because lightweights are really hard to combo that way. And you have to put in this manual delay that's very much not easy. See, it'd be nice if that drunkard actually hits HCL on Ino air dashing back in, but no such chance. Ino shouldn't really allow that gold burst there, by the way. If I gold burst there, it should not be hitting you. Oh, it's the wrong button. Still has not found an answer to bursting 5H. Yeah, that 5P also, where you do close slash 5P by P, that is not a burst bait. Zato's 5P is not fast enough. Like some other characters like Rams, where they can just do like 4P, 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 and an auto-based bursts. Zato cannot do that.
Turn up the heat.
think 6H is so insane to have on a button that is like a... on the thing that comes out when you whiff your throw on the ground. It's designed in a way where if you're unsuccessful in the thing you're trying to do, it sometimes ends up just rewarding you. Not a lot of characters have that kind of thing. You can like kind of say that about Zato 6H, where if it counter hits, yeah, you got a good knockdown too. But when really are you gonna get a counter off it in that situation? Like for Ino, when 6H is blocked, like it's kind of whatever in the air. If my 6H is blocked, it's like, yeah, damn, you are done this round. You are dead. I think he will burst here. No burst. Go forth. Yeah, you cannot do that. Two more hits? Or like 2 more combos now? I think it's still 2 more.
Turn up the heat.
It's getting a negative penalty soon, I think. I think it's time to revert to mashing.
Turn up the heat.
what I'm trying to get across is if I, as a player, can defend and block everything that you're doing and get away with it, then there's probably some issue with the offense that's being presented in this gameplay, in this set. Like right now, by every measure, the offense that's being run is not quite sufficient. And so there needs to be some variable introduced to try and get me to actually be afraid of blocking. Or else, like, I don't really have that much of a incentive to do anything other than block. I think Amorpha's there after 2D kills. It's pretty tight.
Duel 2. Turn up the heat.
One more stuns. I think 2 more now. There we go.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock. Duel 2. Turn up the heat.
Sometimes that happens with Note, and it's like I think Note is too far behind you if that happens, which is why. So I think it's completely out of my control. Like what's supposed to happen is the explosions from the Note hitting you are supposed to still be triggering on the by the time you do the second blitz. But I think the issue there is not the explosions not being there, but it being too far behind you, I would guess.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
I wonder if the devs knew how problematic Eddie moving forwards during Nobiru would be in gameplay sometimes. It benefits you sometimes. And then other times it's just like, oh, Eddie didn't work there because he shifted forwards. I think it's more annoying than anything for neutral mostly. It's like you have Eddie in the right position, and then Nobiru just kind of screws it up. I think that kills. Yeah.
Duel 2. Turn up the heat.
There we go. Frame 1, 6p. I wonder if the Eddie's moving during Nibiru was compensation for not going up forward. Probably not, because it's supposed to be based on the other version of Eddie, and that one I believe doesn't move him forward either. So I don't really know why. Yeah, Vice Eddie. I don't know which one is which, but Vice is one of them. Vice Eddie is the twisted new one. Gotcha. So the other, I guess non-Vice Eddie is the reload version. think I'll go to 50 for today.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
6H in that situation. I think he did super YRC 6H.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. Duel. Two. All or nothing.
Hover instant JD. I don't think that's probably not real mix. You should just do hover JK. Like either way, it's an overhead, and you're gonna combo into super anyways. You could just do the faster one.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
I don't know if you saw that, but The HCL hit me, they counter hit me from my drill recovery, which means he was completely out of drill range, and yet I was still hit. I don't know what that was. Waiting for burst, I think, maybe? I think he dies to chip here, even if I don't mix. I should just land into 4 Marus and he should die.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Well, Zato is spelled correctly? Yes, it's been probably multiple weeks now. There's the cooler route, although she died in 2 hits. 2 whoops. You do 3 of those, and then you side dust, unsummon, and you are happy. Please don't fall out. That's fine. Did I press 5K accidentally? I don't think I've had that happen before. That was a cool route at the drill. Yeah, you do Eddie release P and then drill at the same time ish, and that in itself is a blitz OS because it beats either of the blitzes. And then you hit confirm into Shadow Gallery right away. I think I'm fine to gallery here, no? Yeah, you gotta... Okay, here's unblockable counterplay, okay? Tap Blitz once, and you have to guess which one. Block one remaining hit of Victoro, then you can mash. There's a lot of people who only get the first step, they blitz, and then they get hit by the remaining one hit of drill. It'd be nice if you could far slash there too, but you can only get the one hit, and then your OTG is finished. Oh. See, even he wasn't expecting the Zato to be unable to confirm knockdown in that situation. It's like, surely there's no character in this game that is that bad at getting knockdowns. By confirming a basic air hit into 2D. That timing on the unblockable is a little tight, and it might be impossible to get an overhead there because you don't have enough time due to Eddie Gage. Kinda worked out, sort of. Not really. Let's see, if Eddie's already dead, that reversal super can't kill him. think that was 49. Yep, one more. Oh, I'll do 2 more. Let's go to 51. Alright, one more.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. Keep on rocking.
Why did they go for the burst there? Oh. Not quite. Alright, GG's. Yeah, here's the scenario. The scenario is on 3 hits, I will burst. And so normally the combo is you do IAD, and then you do like something like this, right? So I don't believe you can OS this and still get the full combo. So I need to do 4H there. But I can do something like this. Where you get, like, obviously less damage, and it's burst safe. And you're kind of... Once you see me do that there, once you see me do the burst at this point, like now you're missing out on all this damage, which is my goal by bursting there. But you are supposed to sometimes bait it, regardless. Oh, there's this also. Let's do JH. Yeah. So this 6B can work, but if you notice here on the left, if your 6 input and P input are not on the same frame, this should not work. Yeah, there we go. So only if my 6 and P are on the same input, it'll work. And if it's not, I'll get it like that. Again, easier on hitbox than anything else. Let's see. I forgot Wake Up VCL makes me cry. Yeah, there's it's not just VCL, but it's one of the more egregious ones. Let me. But I mean, like, yeah, you deal with it in the same way that you would. Like, kind of, I like to think of it as like a sim DP, where you just kind of have to completely call it out and not do your Oki. And if you do that, then you're kind of okay. But the problem is that you're forced into doing that to begin with. What was making my post-VCL YRC mix so easy to block? I felt like I was legit 0-100 on YRC mix. Maybe I hit 1. So I think his offense is not varied enough at all. Better Drunkard that chemical on stick. Drunkard, can you? I don't think you can do that. Yeah. Like the only way you Drunkard is if you do this in advance, and if you do that in advance, that happens. Or like I guess you can do this too, but I think this timing is way too specific. You wouldn't aim it. I don't think you would ever aim for this. And even if you're on stick, it's not. I don't think the simultaneous input is that bad. But you know, like if you have a hitbox, you can, in theory, do like both buttons at the same time with one hand, and that would help, but I just do it with two different hands, two separate hands, and it's fine. If you want to be mean and call out new players mashing, throw by doing meaty drunkard. Yeah, you could do that. Knock down, run up, pretend you're throw vulnerable, and then drunkard, and counter it. Full screen knockdown. There were a few times we were just sitting in neutral, tossing notes and flying around. Was I missing something to make that more beneficial for myself, or were we always playing a zero-sum game? So it's in this situation where Ino is full screen, does this, and then like flies alongside notes to do like JH or whatever, so that she can punish Drunkard if you decide to do it. And this is determined by the Zato player's capability to play Eddie neutral. The better the player is, the more control he's gonna have over that situation. Like, there are some ways he can stop certain angles that Ino's gonna fly towards you at, but in any scenario, Ino has the control of the tempo of that situation when she throws note and is like flying towards you. So it's not like a positive outcome for Zato, and it should be something that Ino is looking to do. But the outcomes can be fiddled with by Zato. Okay, so maybe I was supposed to be more aggressive, like take bits of space instead of conceding back to the start. Yeah, like if Ino has note out here, oops. This situation right now, this is me losing neutral right now. Yeah, I can't really do much about that. The best Zato can do here is try to make it as challenging as possible for Ino to come in using Eddie. But it is not a good situation. It's not a good situation, and there's not much I can do about it, because, like, what am I gonna do about this? I can't, like, run in drill. I can't IED. So it ends up being, well, you just gotta finesse as hard as you can with Eddie. That's part of like, the fun of the character, I guess. Yeah, with Assumption, like, versus you, or any other Zato who's good with Eddie, if I get in for free versus other Zato, that's their problem. Like, also, any sort of projectile where you can control where it goes, like Ino's notes. Zato cannot control where it goes. One other thing also, I think I need to... Sometimes this will happen. It might be a little bit too high up. Sometimes the the note will not get reflected, but then after your drunkard ends, you'll get hit by the note because it's still above you, and it's like, I don't think the reflection box is actually. Let's see here. So I don't think this box. Hold on. I don't think this box is as tall as Zato's hurt box. Yeah, he's taller than this box here at this point. And so sometimes you'll do drunkard, it will not reflect the notes, and then you'll still get hit by the by the note above your head. And that is big sad. Okay, well, in terms of the stream, I think I am ending here, so I will be back soon.